Risk of Rain 2 is an incredibly fun roguelike that pins maroon survivors against hordes of enemies on a hostile alien planet, where your only source of help is finding random items that boost your stats to crazy degrees. You have 12 survivors to choose from that range from to... But even the characters are incredibly fun to play, and I've always wondered why that is. So today, we're gonna go ahead and jump in and start from the beginning. This hunk of man right here is Commando. He shoots people. Yeah, that's about it. That's that's really all he does. Now that's not necessarily a bad thing. The game is about shooting people, so he's kind of a perfect fit. And before most recent updates, he was the only survivor you had from the get-go, so it kind of makes sense that he's basic. But he doesn't really get any more complicated or more complex than that, which is fine. I mean, he's fun. Look at him go. Wow, what a guy. This right here is Huntress. Huntress is Commando, but she can teleport. Huntress is a character who's so simple that you don't even have to aim. The game does it for you. You've got arrows and more arrows and a teleport. She has a lot of movement, which is cool, but that's really all the interesting stuff that she has. Oh, and did I forget to mention that she is completely busted? She's the character with the lowest health and second lowest damage from the start, but just getting a few items on her can show how much potential this character has, and it shows just how insane she is. All you gotta do is fire a few shots, get a few items, teleport here and there, and you get something like this. Oh, hey, look at that, a third character. I wonder what this one does. Ah, he just shoots people as well. Alright. This is Multi. Multi has 8 abilities. Let me go and run them down for you right quick. 5 of them are guns. 1 is an ability that lets him swap his guns. 1 lets him shoot 2 guns at once, and the last one is a dash. That's really about it for this character. He's just a walking turret. Look at him go. Slowly. Oh, look at that, another character. I wonder if this one just shoots stuff as well. Huh? My man built a house. A house in the middle of my man, engineer, has got a completely different playstyle than everyone else in the lineup. He's got the gun boys, he's got the dome house, and he's got these bouncy ball exploding what do you even call those? Sadly though, his playstyle is unique and cool as hell in a game where standing in one place for too long will get you killed. Engineer is a character designed for standing in one place for long periods of time, and well, next up we got the Artificer, who she's a little weird. I love this character to death, and I want her to be good, but for a lot of the most recent patches and updates, she's not great. Her default abilities make you think that she's only a damage dealer because of her flamethrower and fire shots, but then you unlock all of her secondaries and you realize that she has the potential to be like a fucking orbital satellite, observing the destruction and chaos from afar. Now that's cool, but when she finally hits the ground, she's an easy target for everyone she's been decimating. When playing with others, she's an awesome character to help your friends out, but on solo, you can get overwhelmed pretty easily.
Hey kid. You like anime?
You heard the guy, you like anime? Well, here's Anime the character. I mean, just look at him. He holds the katana backwards and he has a ranged attack, but why would you ever use it when you could dash through people and make them explode or do whatever the hell this thing is with the... This character's awesome, and he's got one of the most unique movesets in the entire game. I don't think killing's ever been this much fun before. This little potted plant right here is Rex, and he's got an interesting playstyle where you do damage to yourself to hurt the enemies. Doing any type of attack besides your primary makes Rex lose health, but nearly all your attacks gain your health back whenever it connects with an enemy. This makes him a little bit difficult to use because you have to be pretty precise, but to constantly heal yourself from the get-go is actually pretty cool. The trick is to hit large groups of enemies so that you can do the least amount of damage to yourself, but the most amount of damage to your enemies. It also makes it pretty easy to group enemies together with Rex's 4, which is known as his Tangling Growth, which roots enemies and continuously steals health from them. Now let's take a look at Loader. Look at what she's wearing. Now what do you think this character plays like? Did you think it would be this? Nah, I'm just fucking with you. It's actually more like this. Loader is designed for high mobility and falcon punching the ever-living dog shit out of some 12-year-olds in Modern Warfare 2 lobbies. She's the Yang to Artificer's Yin. Both are movement-based characters through and through, but where Artificer plays more like a helicopter, Loader is actually an F-18 turning the landscape into a fine rubble. Though she's got a very specific playstyle, she's an incredible character and amazingly unique. Look at this guy. Look at him, dude. Look at how cute he is. Oh my god, he's so cute. This is Acrid. He's a giant reptile that vomits at people and stuff, and he's super adorable. Super fun to play, sadly a bit lacking though. On paper, Acrid is a great character. He's a blend of heavy melee and damage over time range to make him a viable yet tanky dino dog for any occasion. The problem is that neither the melee or either of his spits do enough damage to be totally reliable. So by high levels, all you end up doing is shooting his poison spit and leaping away and just waiting for everyone to die. But look, he's got the fresh steak in his mouth. Oh, he's so cute. Oh, Captain, my Captain, you are somehow one of the only support characters in this whole game and the only character with a nuke. Captain is a support character, but if he could move. And actually hit things in a game about moving and hitting things. A fantastic example of realizing the pros and cons of a character and building upon them to better suit the gameplay. Now that we're almost through all the survivors in the game, I thought now would be a good time for an ad break.
Oh my god! What is that? Hey, what the fuck?
Heretic is a secret character that you can only get by replacing all of your abilities with lunar abilities. Heretic is interesting because much like Rex, their playstyle revolves around using health as a means of dealing damage. So let's break it down. All the survivors have health that regenerates, you know, like a normal video game. Heretic has a negative health regeneration, which is somehow the dumbest and coolest thing ever. The counter to that is
Heretic is busted as fuck.
Heretic's abilities work so well together that she can dodge in and out of reality, deal single target damage, AoE damage, and do damage over time, all while healing and being invincible. When you get all the items to become the Heretic, your health dwarfs anybody else's in the game. I mean, it makes sense because, you know, the negative health regeneration, but it's insane how high it goes. Having to track the rise and fall of your health and the enemies is a really interesting playstyle that they did a great job on with Rex, but perfected with Heretic. The Heretic is also the only survivor that relies on gaining specific items to even play them, where everyone else in the game can function at least decently regardless of your item choices. Unlike...
Look how they massacred my boy.
It's 12 o'clock.
So now let's jump into the final character on this list, the character that I even made this video for in the first place, Bandit. Let me start off by saying that Bandit is a joy to play. All of his abilities are really cool and unique, he does a lot of damage, and it's a blast to Red Dead Wisps at full health. But that doesn't mean that he doesn't have a few problems that I need to go over. He's not a long range character because only his rifle would be of any use, and at the end of the day, that thing isn't great anyway. He's not a melee character because he's too squishy, his 2 doesn't do enough damage, and he doesn't have enough movement speed to jump between enemies effectively. He's not a stealth character because once you shoot, you become visible again, and sometimes the invisibility doesn't work anyway, and your stealth doesn't come back fast enough to both get behind someone and get away from them as well. And he's definitely not a crowd control character because he doesn't have any AoE. The only thing that I can give him is that he does some pretty decent damage, so I guess you could classify him as a single target character. So, he does have a few problems, but I have to give credit to the developers because look at how far we've come. From a basic guy with guns to full-fledged kits and characters that you have to dedicate time to perfect. And maybe they didn't nail every single ability on every single character, but what they did nail was making a fun game to play over and over again with your friends. Because at the end of the day, having fun is all that matters, and this game is fun.